back up in this thing, ready to get some on that wax.
Another session with the bros. BrosTalk. Where the beer's ice cold. BrosTalk. Another session with the bros. BrosTalk. Come and tell us what you know. BrosTalk.
Alright, well, yo. What up, world? What up, peoples and tweeples out there? It's your boy, T. Broski. I got my main mans, the homies, the players, the burper, Lando, and the homie Corey. Hey, how y'all hold on. This is BrosTalk. Because the episode that's about to drop, I forgot to do that. And it just pops up randomly. And it was like kind of weird, so it kind of threw me off. But if I really want to do it again, I could. No, I'm not gonna do it. But
This is for last week.
how you guys doing this evening, man? This beautiful day.
I'm good, man.
Chilling.
Yeah, man, it's been a good day. Nothing in particular.
Mike's falling off.
My God.
Jesus Christ. Get it, Corey.
Nothing in particular. Just it was
I'm not
overall
gonna
a good
edit
day.
that out.
Nah, man, it's gonna ride out. We're gonna get all the mistakes because we get a lot of them. I wish somebody would go through and do like our bloopers, but they're probably not. Our bloopers are things that you take out. Our bloopers are things that like just happen.
No,
They're ones that you take out. Oh, so this would just be our
we got
flat out fuck ups.
We take Jake.
This would be like, fuck it, we're going live. That's what we call it. That's the name of the segment.
What is that, Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Bill O'Reilly in it, man. Do it that way. Hey, so, well, before we jump in there, I'd like to throw a little pizzazz out there. You know what I mean? Just a quick one. If you had to, right? These are your options.
Oh, shit.
These are your options. Lose both your feet, just the feet.
Okay.
Or both your hands. Just the hands.
Take my feet.
Foot's gone.
No feces for me. I need my hands, man.
Okay.
They do too many things. Like feet do a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like walking, it's a pretty major part of my day. But so is sitting. And I guess I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Get some.
Yeah,
get
that's
some
true.
feet.
Yeah. I can do a lot more with my hands than I can with my feet to earn money. So yeah, you can
That
have the
sounded
feet.
weird. Why did you phrase it that way?
Because if you take your
I can do
hands,
a
like,
lot
because
more with my hands
my
to
immediate
earn
thought
money.
was, how am I gonna earn money with no hands? Like, I can't work wood like you. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't, I can't cook. I can't feed myself. You know what
Bro,
I'm
there's
saying?
no way you use those words.
Yes. No pause. No pause, baby. And I can't do that with my feet. You ain't working wood with your feet. You know what I'm saying?
Just trying to keep it going. Anyways, feet, right?
So, yeah, you cut my feet off. I keep my hands
Yeah, I
in my
will say
woodworking job.
typing without hands would be difficult. You just
nubbed up.
Look like that cat playing the piano.
just nubs, man.
I'm sorry for people who don't have
I'm probably gonna go.
I feel bad.
I'll probably go feet too, because I think I could move around in a wheelchair, and then like I know they got like like Pinocchio shoes or something like that I could like you can screw into the bottom of your foot. Something. They got like I don't need a shoe because I don't have feet, so I just get a Pinocchio shoe, all wood, like a cloche or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like one of them. But
that'll work.
You don't think so?
They're just not. They're made for that.
All right. All right, man. I'm glad y'all said that. I'm glad y'all thought about that. Oh, side note, did y'all watch the Kevin Hart roast? I know we're a little
Yeah,
late, but
I
we
haven't
talked
watched
about
all of
Tony.
it, but I watched a little bit of it. Lando, where you at?
he's in there.
Yeah, I
I
watched
mean, you got to slide over some. That's what Corey's saying, but he's gonna be in the screen. It's just gonna be.
I'm in
He's
the
He's good.
screen.
He's
Don't
good.
be, hey, director,
My,
man.
my
Right?
fault.
Come
My
on.
fault. My fault.
but
Don't cut that out.
no, I'm not. But did you out
I
of
know that was a joke.
the roast? Uh, Obviously certain jokes stuck out more than others,
Yeah.
right? And in certain situations, people may have been offended, whether it was you know certain that Cheryl Underwood said to what's that dude name, the one that be he got a wide mouth, what's his name, he do the
I
show,
don't
the
want to
Kill
answer
Tony,
that because
Tony,
then I
Yeah.
know some dude only by his wide mouth. How's that going to go
huh?
on hearing it? He
Yeah,
got a
that's why
wide
I was
mouth
laughing. I was
voice.
like, who?
Cause he got a wide mouth. He'd be laughing, but whatever. Tony Hinchcliffe, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Hinchcliffe, I think, or something like that.
Whether it was something she said
It's
about
crazy
him
that
that was
that's what you
offensive,
associate with Tony Hinchcliffe.
yeah, because he said something offensive. That he said things
I'm
that
talking
people
about his
could
wide
find
mouth.
offensive, and then, well, that's a whole nother joke. But
That's what you said, man.
I know, and I didn't want to harp on it, but he's gay.
I'm harping on it. Yeah.
That's, so of course he has a wide mouth.
What?
Damn it, man. We're gonna have to start over, fucker. So ultimately, like I just said that joke, somebody could be offended,
Right.
right? He said a joke, somebody could have been offended. They said a joke, or she said a joke, somebody could have been offended. Chris Rock said a joke, Will Smith got up there and slapped the shit out of him. Which brings me to my first point. Is there ever a
Your special
time,
game. Boy,
is
I
there
swear.
ever a time where emotions can trump logic and it makes sense? Because some people feel like
What?
Will Smith's defense of his wife made sense for him to get up there on a national stage in front of millions of people on a recorded, live broadcasted, streamed, one of the biggest events ever that happens in America or in the actors world period, and slap somebody. We would all agree that his emotions got the best of him because that wasn't a logical move. Because in theory, that's assault, right? He should have got arrested for that based off of the
Anyway,
laws.
I would have got arrested. You would have got arrested. Lando would have got arrested. But
He didn't.
No,
So
I'm too cool for school, so I wouldn't have got arrested.
yeah, I'm sure Lando. If you
Yeah.
walked up and slapped Chris
It's
Rock,
all about how
they'd
you
be like,
carry
"Yo, he's
yourself,
cool."
baby. It's all about how you
he,
carry yourself. Will slapped that nigga and went and sat back down, closed his jacket up, crossed his leg. Nobody did shit. Figure if I could do the same thing, I'd be all right.
I mean, I understand your placement of a gentleman slapped. That's a gentleman slap. That's like the same lines of back in the day when they would slap you with a glove. That's like the same
Challenged you to
thing.
a
Like,
duel.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know the second half of Charlie Murphy joke off of that.
I
Somebody had to
never.
die after that slap. Like, yeah, it was a gentleman slap for the invitation. It was an invitation to go duel. Like, slap, slap. I invite you to come meet your death, nigga. Like,
So, is there a time where Trump? Is there a time where emotions can trump logic and it makes sense? Corey.
I mean, the it makes sense part is hard. I think emotions usually trump logic. I think I read somewhere we use like emotions to make like 80 to 90% of our decisions, and like it just I don't know. We it'd be nice to always use logic and sit back and be like, okay, what is the best move? But a lot of people just don't have, those emotions don't let them do that. And so I mean, I'm sure there's, I don't know. I guess if you were like panic buying, logic would say you shouldn't do that. But then what if everything goes to hell and now you got shit? So then I guess that would be the only time I can think of where it would work out. That's a pretty specific example, though.
I mean, that's what we're looking for, right? We want a time where things like that could happen.
I'm sure there's if you thought about different scenarios, you could come up with different times where you're like, okay,
my mine would be protecting your child. Like protection of your child, a lot of times your emotion is going to trump your logic. Period. So, i.e., if you walk up to a house and you if you wake up and your house is on fire, you'll run to a fire to go get your baby. If you see her, you know what I mean? Like you would risk
no
it
matter
all,
what, yeah.
knowing damn well the chances of me making it out of here is highly unlikely.
It's like iRobot.
I was just about to refer
Right.
to that right there, which is, why people say, why we don't need AI and watch out for Terminator. Fuck that. Did y'all see? Never mind. But ultimately, that's my thought process is your child, something like that. I would always, not always, depend. I mean, it depends, because there's a guy that beat a guy to death
I think
because he was in the bathroom with his daughter, right? They allow men to go in women's bathrooms. You do these type of things. So under the law, he might be valid to be in there, and under the law, he didn't do anything to invoke that behavior from that man to get beat to death. But all fathers would look at that situation and be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And probably would address it the same way. I'm not saying violent, but you
It's
never
going to
know.
be an issue.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, may not have the same result, but it's not going to be just something you're like, oh, that's fine.
So what you think, Lando? Is there a situation or a time where emotions can trump logic?
I think similar to like your example, it's going to be mostly in times of danger, but also it's going to come down to how your as an individual, your fight or flight response is wired inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, like in your same example, might wake up in that burning house and might flip out and not move at all because they're too scared to do anything, and then everybody in the house dies. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, I don't know. I think most people would like to think that they would run through the fire to protect their babies. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that same group, but like when you're faced with that actual challenge, are you going to do it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like in your
easier said
question,
than
like
done.
it's a I don't know. It's a hard question to quantify because I don't know. Like that emotional over logic thing is different for everybody. Like there's no of logic, set of yeah, I guess logic parameters that have to be answered for people to move like in the same way. I guess like everybody's going to have their own different thing.
True.
I'm
And
sorry.
and and no, I agree. I agree. I think everybody handles situation differently. And like you said, we could be put in that same exact situation, and all three of us handle it differently. Your emotions may be to do this, but your logic say do that. Mines may say that. You know what I mean? So the the life part of things is more along the lines of watching it play out, right? But then we have
Yeah.
situations that we kind of know certain things are gonna kind of align themselves in a certain pattern. And it's not, I don't know if we hope it or wish it or if it's just like this is just how it goes. AKA the situation with this Chud the butcher or Chud the
Builder.
fucker. I wrote down Chud the fuck stick. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Wax. That's where I got that word from. Fuck stick.
Fuck stick. That's a
Yeah.
great word.
It's a great word. Great word to use. But yeah, so this guy, if you don't know who he is, go look him up. No, don't go look him up. I'll tell you who he is right now. He's a guy that runs around saying racist things to people. And, well, let me correct myself.
Say, that's only one group of people that he says it to.
You know, but he said I've seen him. I've seen other videos where he uh, bordered the lines where, like, okay, here's a guy that runs around and he uses what he considers freedom of speech to utilize derogatory words and flat out call people names in their face and protect himself with the freedom of speech. Also, he has a pistol on his hip. Majority of the time, if not all the time. Before we get into the court shooting, what do y'all think about him, and did y'all hear about him before the court shooting or anything like that?
Yeah, I heard about him before the court shooting, but I think, and I'm pretty sure that using freedom of speech. No, I'm not even sure. I'm positive. Using freedom of speech in the way that he's using it is incorrect, because freedom of speech protects you from the government using your speech against you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't protect you from common citizens finding your speech appalling. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't give citizens the right to assault you. It just doesn't apply the way he thinks it does.
Right. Right. It protects you from the government, not from citizens, like you said.
Right.
So I mean,
Well, let me, and I don't agree. I don't agree with this dude at all. But I
right.
will just
I
want
don't
to
think
kind
any
of
of us do.
clarify before you give your go ahead, say yours, and then I'll say it after that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you, gentlemen. Uh, so freedom of speech, under the right of freedom of speech, he's protected from assault. So just because he exercises the right of freedom of speech, it doesn't give you any right or any authority to violate a law, which is assault. So that's where when I would, and this is my thought process, I'm protected under the freedom of speech. That's where I'm saying
But
that. That's why I said
again,
that.
the freedom of speech is only protecting you from the government.
Mm.
It's not.
We're not going to,
It's not a.
but we're not going to court saying he violated my freedom of speech. We're going to court saying he assaulted me because of I was exercising my
Right.
rights of freedom of speech. So that's what I'm saying. So he's
Yes. So then
exercising the
he's
right of freedom of
incorrect.
speech.
I'm just trying to get you to understand that he is incorrect in the way that he's applying freedom of speech.
I I agree. I agree. I understand that, but this is where, from what I'm seeing, this is where people are saying this is the way they're trying to protect his actions by walking out, utilizing freedom of speech doesn't give you the right to violate a law and assault me. I'm exercising my rights of freedom of speech, so I'm protected under my freedom of speech. There's no hate
Yeah, but
speech. There's no hate crime
your
behind
freedom
this.
of speech, your freedom of speech does not also give you the right to instill fear in others. And if somebody feels like they are in fear, then they can protect themselves. You can't
Rocky,
go
go
into
to
a
that.
theater and yell fire. That shit's illegal. You can't incite a riot. That shit's illegal. So if you're
Correct.
chastising people in public and they're trying to get away from
Go
you,
right
and
now.
you're following them
Yep, go right now.
around, chastising them, and they decide to try to protect themselves, then that's not freedom of speech. You're harassing people.
Got you. Corey, what do you think about the guy prior to the shooting? Did you hear about him, know about him?
Yeah, I heard about him like literally 3 or 4 days before it happened, and someone just put up a post about him, and I watched the video. It was just like a 10-second clip, two different videos of him just yelling at black people, saying the N word and blah blah blah. And I was like, that dude's gonna get shot. And the only thing is, I just didn't think it'd be him who shot himself.
Cheddar Bob.
I didn't think it'd be him. But either way, you're asking for trouble when you're trying to like insult people, whether it's black people or any group of people, but especially with words that heavy and have that much like I don't know. There's I don't know. I don't want to rank slurs, but like it's pretty fucking far up there, right? You know what I mean? Like it just it's not something that is going to be received in a warm manner, and you got to expect stuff to happen. And I'm like Lando said, I don't think that means you have the right to hit this person, but you are asking for it, and honestly, I'm surprised he went that long without getting in more fights. Like it surprised me
Well, it doesn't surprise me
because I guess he's been doing it for like a year now.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his videos. I don't know when, but the first video I seen, I was flat out appalled. You know what I mean? Like you ain't appalled. You just nigga that's stealing. That was from Friday, next Friday. If black people don't know, but yeah, I was appalled. You know, I was in that situation looking like, oh, this is a bold ass white boy. That's the only thing I was thinking in my head is because, oh, you're challenging any and everybody. Oh, this is gonna be quick. You're gonna run into one of these. You're gonna run into somebody. You're gonna run into one of these cats that ain't playing.
Right.
Either some old ass or not even old, but you're gonna run into some grown ass men that ain't playing about that shit, or you're gonna run into some young buck that don't really care.
Yeah.
This is just my thought process. So it really wasn't like that big of an issue. But I forget what video I seen. It was like another one, and the people that were talking to him, it was the group of guys that this was the group of guys that I thought was, oh, they'll probably do something. But they kept their distance. And then he says it. Oh, you showing your gun. You got a gun. Put that gun down. Ah. 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 Everybody gets stronger with firepower in their hands. Oh, I talk cash shit if I got a gun and you don't. Oh, boy, I'm the biggest. And respectfully, even when I go to the gun range, I pick up that gun and I feel powerful. And it's not because I'm stronger. It's just because what I can inflict with this weapon in my hand. And I'm not even thinking about it on the lines of hurting nobody. It's just in the lines of this shit. Boom, I'm just shooting. But I know what this is capable of.
Yeah.
Just imagine the balls that give you to go around and do these type of things. Right? And that's where for me, since we're gonna skip the second topic, move the topic, it's gonna be like we're gonna switch it. So it's not freedom of speech to me. Personally, I don't feel like you're exercising your right of freedom of speech. I feel like you're out here, I ain't gonna say inciting a riot, but you're definitely antagonizing people. Period. Like in my mind, that's all you're doing. That's why you got the camera. That's why you're armed. And they're gonna run the lines of I'm streaming or I'm shooting content. I'm armed because it's legal for me to walk around and I have my CC or what is it, CCL? Carry conceal, whatever.
Yeah.
I got my conceal license, and nothing I'm doing is violating any laws or anything. And I'm exercising my right of freedom of speech. So nothing I'm doing should involve me to get hurt, hit, or anything. And now that's the only thing that I agree with. Nothing he did should cause him to get punched in the mouth or anything. But we live in a society of free will. Somebody can punch you in your mouth at any given time for something you said, something you looked at, something you thought you looked at, I can punch you in your mouth because I'm a homeless guy walking down the street.
Well, isn't that why we talked about emotions first and logic?
Yeah, this is all trumping together. You know what I mean? This is all trumping together. So the logic behind everything would be let me see. The logic behind everything would be I didn't even say logic, but the emotion behind everything would be me wanting somebody to attack him or hurt him or something like that. The logic would be he's not doing anything wrong, right? So for me, in my world, if I ran across that dude, first of all, I don't walk around dapping people up. So
Yeah.
one, that's not my game. So you walk up to me with the hand out like that, most 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, it depends on close. If we're close, I might walk past you. I mean, excuse me, I might fist bump you. But if we're distance, I might just blow past you,
Yeah.
not even look at you, right? So just say, for instance, we're close enough, I fist bump you, and you say, I'm not going to stop walking. I see you with a camera, I'm not going to stop walking because I already know whatever you're doing is for you. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't sign up for this, right? There was nobody around the corner. I was like, hey, man, sign this release sheet, nothing. So I'm going to keep walking. Then you're going to say, hey, man, you fuck with freedom of speech? I'm going to say, what? You can say, you fuck with freedom of speech? 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say,
Fuck no.
I don't care. Or, yeah, it's cool, whatever. And I'm going to keep walking. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stay around. Then you say, oh, that's cool, N-word. I'm probably going to it's probably going to be something in me that,
Yeah.
but you got a camera out. You're a goofball. That's the first thing that's going to go through my head is, oh, you're goofy. Oh, I finally ran into a real life, shout out to my boys in Chicago, goofy.
Yeah.
You're Buford. This is the guy. I finally met him. This is him. I get it now. This is all thoughts that I'm going to have later on.
Yeah.
At the initial moment, I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to keep it pushing. Camera, you just talking. You know what I mean? I'll probably say fuck you and keep on walking, but you're not going to engage. I'm not going to engage that much. So back to the logic and emotion thing is there's a guy that this guy Chud was at court for some other shit, and he actually had a debacle, and he ended up shooting the guy and shooting himself.
Mhm.
Right? From the story that I'm hearing, from the story we first heard, Chud shot a guy, or this fucking dude shot a guy. Well, this guy shot a guy, and he shot himself. Obviously, everybody thinks he's on his content time or his bullshit, whatever he does, right? So it's safe to say everybody assumed that he was invoking some type of behavior from somebody, and then he finally got to quote unquote do what he wanted to do, which is shoot somebody or shoot a black person or whatever like that.
You think that was his goal?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a black person or just a human in general. I definitely think that it was something that he wanted to do. You go around screaming not screaming, but you go around disrespecting people, being rude, nasty, mean, in public, face to face, eye to eye. Somebody's gonna get offended by it, and you got a gun on you to protect yourself, or what? Shoot somebody. That's just in my head. So I would say he had the gun on to shoot somebody. One, you just left a courthouse. You got a gun on you. That's wild. You're not even a cop. I don't even know you can bring those in the courthouse. Oh, well, he didn't have it on him in the courthouse. I don't know.
As soon as he stepped up, give me my gun.
I don't know. I don't know. But story that I heard
Is
was
it still on the ledge where I left it?
exactly
Perfect.
got it. They said that the story that I'm hearing now is that he wasn't doing content. He walked out, and this guy that got shot or attacked him or whatever was just attacked him. You know what I mean? On some, I know who you are.
Mm.
I'm gonna go get you. Fuck, like, you mean this is exactly what I said. Free will, freedom. What is it? You got free will. You can do whatever the hell you want. Free will
Freedom
in
of
the
speech
world.
doesn't mean freedom from consequences.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was trying to say earlier, but I forgot what it was.
And your intent doesn't. This is shouts out to my boy DB. He said this, and this is a perfect thing. Your intent doesn't dictate the impact. Whatever, it don't matter what your intentions was when you said whatever you said. You can't tell me how it impacted me and how it affected me.
Right.
This affected me, hurt me so much, I'm gonna punch you in your chest. Or I'm gonna punch you in your face, you gonna shoot me in my chest. Whatever. But ultimately, he was shot, right? This man that attacked Chud was shot. And from what I'm hearing, Chud was trying to get away. Right? So maybe that's why he was able to get back to a firearm or whatever like that. But ultimately, he shot a guy and accidentally shot himself, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah. Where did he shoot himself at?
In the arm.
In the
Which
In the
I
arm,
thought
yeah.
was even funnier. Because how do you shoot yourself like that? Nate, show me a
He's
shooting
He was
scared.
game.
trying to
No,
put
He's
it
he's
on.
scared.
scared.
Okay. He was doing a quick like, you're right here. He's like, hold on.
Ooh, so
Trick shot.
Or maybe Buddy
That's what
jumped
I'm
and
going
closed the
for.
circle on him, and he shot himself in the arm, like just in the confrontation.
could have. You know what I mean? They said he asked the paramedics, did I shoot myself?
Please say he had a gun.
You know what I mean? So the situation for me is ultimately like you're you're wrong. I don't know all the details, right? But right now he got $1 million bail, right? And they got him down for what is he? Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, uh,
I thought it was attempted
employing a
murder.
firearm doing a dangerous felony, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon.
Rocky.
Rock, go lay down. Go get in the bed.
They dropped the attempted murder, or did he never get charged with attempted murder?
I think.
I
Let me
think
see.
that
Let me see
I
if
thought it was on there.
let me make sure the exact charges. But uh, I know he had that.
Rocky said, I
That's
went and
probably
laid
gonna
down.
get talked down to like some manslaughter shit. But yeah,
Yeah, because they're already trying to spin the narrative. Or I didn't say spin the narrative, but they're already saying that the dude that attacked him was like crazy and he was on meds and he was psychotic and all this type of stuff like that. So, and granted, this dude, and this is, and we'll, I'm gonna touch on this real quick too. 60 years. I don't know. You want to look this up? No, it says that attempted murder. Oh yeah, yeah. So it's attempted murder, charged with attempted murder, employing a firearm, and dangerous felony, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Uh, yeah. And them are the charges that he got charged. He got a $1.25 million bail. Currently, last time I seen, he had some shit that he was trying to raise $100,000. I think it was, I don't know if it was for this or before, but he was trying to raise $100,000. Last time I seen, he was at 226,000 or something like that. And that's my next point. The judge is trying to deny him access to that money for bail.
Yeah, he said, I think he already made the decision that he couldn't
He
use
can't
it.
do it. Okay. So he got to figure out how else to
I
come
could be
up with
wrong,
money.
but I think so.
And stuff like that. The people that fund him, are they for what he does? Or are they just for freedom of speech? Because what I notice is, to me, when you back certain things, it definitely associates you with a certain outlook of life, i.e., Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. There's a certain people that back, because I'm gonna tell you right now, people that back Blue Lives Matter don't back Black Lives Matter. People that back Black Lives Matter don't back Blue Lives Matter. So there's a
For the
group
most part, yeah.
of people. There ain't no
I'm sure there's a couple
there's
that,
people that say, "Oh man, yeah, hell yeah, cops matter." But if you have to pick or choose, they're gonna
well,
stick
yeah.
to.
If
You know what
if
I
you
mean?
make it a pick or choose, but I'm saying there are a lot of people who are, well, I'll say a lot. There's some people who are both.
There's people that say Black Lives Matter. All cops ain't bad.
You don't think they would also say Blue Lives Matter?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I think there's some people that would.
You can't. One's against the other.
No.
Bro, you can't.
The organizations, you mean?
So
Or the
Crips were created, or
ideologies?
Bloods
Or
were created, whoever. A gang, yeah. One was created, and this was created in a direct response of this. There's no affiliation with you. There's no, hey, we both use matter. We're cool. No, there is, hey, this Black Lives Matter. Yeah, White Lives Matter. You know what else matters? Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter. It's that simple. So you ain't gonna be screaming, Black Lives Matter, and then go to now granted, you may go to another protest and say this shit, but you ain't saying them shits
you don't think they're going
cohesively.
to paint themselves down the
Fuck
middle,
no.
standing, hold a sign for each?
Nah. So ultimately, in my mind, there's a group of people that back this dude, and he got more money after the situation happened. So, is those people backing him? Are they for what he did?
Who backs them? Do you know?
I mean, the fundraisers. I don't know who.
Oh,
you know
okay. Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, they're not giving money for him to just have money. And even if they are giving money for him to have money, you're giving money to somebody. But now that you know this situation is going on, his shit went from, I forget what the number was, but it went crazy from when the situation happened.
It's not the first time something
Yes.
like that has happened, though. It's happened
It's not.
multiple
And that's
times.
what I'm saying. So, the backing of this, what did that say about the people that's backing this? In this particular situation, this is quote unquote, like I said, from what I'm hearing people say online, they're saying freedom of speech. They're saying that he was exercising his freedom of speech, and this is wrong. If somebody attacks you, you have the right to protect yourself. So are they backing him shooting somebody? Like, man, yeah, you right. You did what you were supposed to do. Or are they backing his right of freedom of speech? Like, what is, because you can't say that the money don't have something to do with it. Because if you want to invoke a cause and your calls get locked up and they tell you it's 1.225 million and you see that he's at 98,000, you're gonna go put your $50 or whatever in the morning. He's at 200,000. You're not like, wax. I only want him to stop at 100. You're like, hell yeah, he got the money to get out and he got some money to put in his pocket to pay for his lawyer. In my mind, I could be thinking about it wrong, and the reason I say that is because the people that did the what's his name, Derek Chauvin, whatever
Yeah.
his fucking name is, that dude, right? They funded the shit out this dude.
Mm-hmm.
They funded the GoFundMe, and again, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. They're complete opposites of each other. They funded this dude, knowing exactly what happened. Are y'all funding this man because he's a cop? Are you funding him because he took out somebody's scum or whatever the hell you want to call this man? RIP to George Floyd, RIP to Mike Brown, RIP to Trayvon Martin, RIP to Tamir Rice, RIP to Emmett Till, RIP to Sandra Bland, RIP to, I can keep going, but what do y'all think about that? Not the RIPs, the
Like, what
the
is the
question
actual
of
question, I guess?
the question is, when do you think they're funding his campaign? Do you think people give money to these guys that are in these type of situations because A, they did the right thing, or B, they were wronged? Like they
I
did the
think
right
I
thing,
think it's
i.e.,
a little bit of both. I think people feel like they did the right thing. They feel like they are getting screwed by, like, maybe the population that mass or whatever, uh, and for being arrested or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, so yeah, they donate to support that person in the court case and just their own life, like, you know.
so okay, cool. What if you got a coworker that says, "Hey, man, that shit with George Floyd, man, that shit's crazy. You know, I donated to whatchamacallit, shit, I gave him 5,000. Would that make you feel any type of way about that person?
Hell yeah.
What would you feel? Why would you feel? Whatever you feel.
Like, if they told me they donated to Derek Chauvin and
Yeah,
they dropped 5 sacks, yeah, I
yeah.
wouldn't fuck with them. I probably probably wouldn't
But I'm
even
saying,
come for
why?
the.
Why would you feel that way?
What if I told you that I can't?
I wouldn't fuck with you no more, bro. Like,
Damn.
I
Why though? Why?
you keep cutting me off before I can say it. Damn,
Oh, my bad,
nigga.
gang. My bad, brother. My bad. Do your thing.
um, because like for Derek Chauvin, like it'd be like, well, why? What are you defending here? Like, are you defending? Are you donating for like him to get a lawyer? Like, what are you defending in that thing? Like, you can watch the video and we all know what happened. You know what I'm saying, right? So that would be the why. Like, what? Like to me, it just is
And
indefensible, and I like even though people have the right to do it, I don't have to fuck with you just because that's what you decide to do.
yeah, but I'm saying, what do you? So you feel like that person was doing something wrong?
No, it's not that I feel like they're doing something wrong. It's just I don't agree with it. You have the right as an American to do that, to support whoever the fuck you want to. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have to rock with you for that.
So that would okay. So you don't rock with him after that. Your outlook has changed about that person. You ain't gonna fuck with him after that. So obviously that means something to you. Their affiliation or their donation to this particular cause affects you so much to the point where you don't want to fool with that person. So you have to quote unquote pass judgment on this person. So what is the judgment? Like what is the ultimate, man, this dude's racist, he's a dumbass, he's a piece of shit. Like
Yeah,
what is the
I
ultimate?
wouldn't be able. I couldn't put it on like, oh, he's a racist. You know what I'm saying? But it would be um that like he just supports and is willing to throw like $5,000 to somebody like that. Like
Maybe
I
that's too
wouldn't
high.
be
Maybe
able to.
$50 or whatever. I would say 5,000 to be a significant
Right.
number, but
That
I
is
feel
a
like if you
significant number.
donate money to someone, then you're supporting them.
Right. Just donating, period. You know what I'm saying? It just shows, I don't know, it shows a weird intent. It would make me feel, I don't know, I guess like they feel that they look at me kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had in the past, I guess, like friends like that in conversations where I've realized, oh, I can't fuck with this person anymore. You know what I'm saying? I've been introduced to parents as one of the good ones and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks to realize
that's
to hang with somebody for a certain amount of time and then realize they may look at you a certain type of way. And so for me, once I see something like that, I try to keep some distance there to keep myself safe. You know what I'm saying?
you goddamn right. We all seen Get Out. If motherfucker introduce you as one of the good ones, you're a specimen in that motherfucker, man. Jesus. Corey, so what do you think about it? Donating,
Yeah,
giving money to the cause, is that supportive? So like
definitely.
in this particular situation, Chud, if giving money to him after this situation take place, does that make you feel differently about people, or how what do you think about that?
I mean, there's different reasons that people are donating money. Like some people are just racist and they like what he's doing. Some people just feel like it's freedom of speech and he should be able to do it. Um, I didn't know that he wasn't like he was just coming out of the courthouse that got attacked. Like so, the whole freedom of speech, like all that stuff, doesn't really even matter because he's just a guy walking around getting attacked
But see, they associate
at that
so
moment. At that moment, right?
well no,
Because,
because he's a face. He's a public figure at this particular
but
time. He's
okay,
not. He may not be
that
Leonardo DiCaprio, but
that's
somebody
But he
can't
wasn't he
associate
wasn't
his
just
face with his
randomly
content.
attacked. Like he came out of the
right.
courthouse and then went up to a group of dudes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just some dude attacked him when he came out the courthouse. Like
See, that's
he
what
was
that's
No,
what I'm
still
that's what I'm reading.
that's what we read earlier. But I don't think he was on at that point. But if that's what happened, then like I mean, you can't just attack people. Like, yeah, I think he's fucked up for what he. I think it's dumb. I don't support it in any way, shape, or form. If someone donated to it, I would definitely kind of wonder, like, why? Like, you feel strongly enough to donate to that, but
Yeah,
maybe
he's exercising his rights. Excuse
maybe
me, he's exercising his freedom of speech. That's what if that's what. if you had an answer, if they had to give you an answer, that's what it would be. And then what? You still make you feel like what the fuck?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I take it into consideration. I don't know if I'm never gonna speak to that person again, but it's like, all right, maybe I don't, you know, I don't treat them the same as, and maybe I gotta be a little bit more cautious of that person because, they don't have the same type of morals in that sense that I do. So, and to me, that's a big area to have, a lack there. So if you got a lack there, where else do you have one? So it's like, I'm good on that
Okay, counter side. What if
until
there's
proven
not
otherwise.
a lack of morals? I just stand by this freedom of speech shit so hard.
And that's why I said it would depend on the reason. Like if they fully believe that it's just freedom of speech and he can say whatever he wants and he shouldn't be, targeted for that, then it's like, okay, well, I to an extent, like don't disagree with that to the point where you're not, you know, inciting a riot or yelling fire in a building and things like that. But like Lando said, where does when you're starting to intimidate people, like where does that line come in between freedom of speech and now you've passed that, and I don't know.
And just because you said that, and I'm glad you brought it up that way. Like, where is that line between freedom of speech?
But a free speech absolutist doesn't see a line there, period. Like they don't have a problem with any of that.
Correct.
So, and I can understand that point of view, and that's why I wouldn't, like, if someone I knew had that point of view, I wouldn't be like, well, fuck you, I'm never going to talk to you again. I'd be like, okay, I get that. That's a little extreme
Yeah,
to me,
but
but hey,
I just the thing is like for a free speech absolute, it's like they have to understand the difference between the government giving them pushback and a citizen giving them pushback. Like so them exercising their free speech absolutism on a citizen is a net different thing than them practicing that on the government. And still, that is not me saying that they should be assaulted for what they said. I'm never advocating for that. But they are two massively different things, and only one is actually protected. Freedom of speech protects you from repercussions by the government. There's no
right,
protection from the citizen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So all this running around talking about I'm just using my freedom of speech, like that, it's not really a thing. All you're doing is going around antagonizing people, and you're hoping that the people that you're antagonizing are better citizens than you are. You know what I'm saying? And you're
yeah.
counting on that.
Yeah. What protects you from? And I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna say the next point. What protects you from citizens when you're exercising your rights of freedom of speech?
Yourself,
Yourself. There's nothing to protect you from citizens. Like once you start,
Laws
because
don't
once a
protect you.
citizen is, hold on.
yeah, I was gonna
Once a
say,
citizen starts trying to separate themselves from the situation, and you follow them, then you start making like terroristic threats and things like that. You know what I'm saying? If they're trying to vacate the premises, then you are now harassing them. You're antagonizing them. Like you may still be doing your free speech and just trying to get an answer out of them or whatever. But if they're leaving the area and you're still, that's not you practicing free speech. That's you antagonizing
Antagonizing.
people.
Yeah, and I would agree. But what if they're at a far utilizing exercising their rights of free speech or just saying stuff at a far, like at a distance. Not even like
just cross the intersection.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like at a distance and they're saying stuff. And the reason I bring this up is because y'all made a couple of valid, great points. Great points. And it kind of brings us in today, right now, what's going on in the world, right? You made the point about you got to differentiate between freedom of speech. What is freedom of speech, pretty much, right?
Hmm.
And what is freedom of speech? Just saying things, right? I have the right to
No,
say things as long as it's not
no,
terroristic threats or harming
that's
people
not
or
freedom of
anything like
speech.
that. Huh?
That's not freedom of speech.
What's freedom of speech?
Freedom of speech is the protection from uh, being persecuted by the government for things that you say. That's freedom of speech.
You also got the like the freedom of press and There's four
Freedom
of
of
them.
press.
I can't remember what the
Right.
four are.
No, I'm a
Right.
read, and I agree with you, Lando. I was trying to make a Iran joke because they was yelling "Death to America" from afar, but never mind, man. Thanks for ruining that and pulling up the
Appreciate it,
real
Lando.
definitions and not even letting me. But the real definition is a fundamental human right that allows. Well, it's not even a definition, but it's what it is. But it says exactly what you say. It's a fundamental human right that allows individuals to articulate opinions, ideas, information without fear of government censorship, retaliation, or legal sanction. So again, what Lando's been saying this whole time, the freedom of speech isn't against your people, your person. It's against your government, meaning that you can say, the government is screwing us. They're taking all our money. Taxes are too high. And the government can't do anything behind that because I'm protected under the right of freedom of speech. But I can walk outside and tell Corey, I don't like your glasses, you prick. And he can knock my teeth all the way down my throat. The only thing that protects me at that particular time is my physical being. But I do have protection under the law. So I could possibly get you arrested, possibly press charges on you. And that's what I can do. Right?
Yeah.
He took it to a whole nother method and shot somebody with a gun that he carries all the time, a lot of the time. And he goes around invoking people for either A, violence, or B, testing them. Them are the only two things I can chalk it up to. So, with all that being said, in my mind, I don't think it's hard to find him guilty on maybe not the attempted murder, but firing the firearm. You did do that. What other charge was it? Let me see. He fired the firearm inside the limits, inside the city limits, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Get you all those in my mind. I'm guilty of all those. Attempted murder. I don't know all the details to say that he was trying to kill this guy or anything like that.
That's the thing. We haven't seen any videos from them, so it's so hard to speculate.
But Lando, you saying that you heard that he was engaging people.
Right.
So them are two conflicting different
Right.
stories. So I don't want to say yes, he should be for attempted murder based off what I'm saying. Based off the 3 out of the 4 charges, I would say
Yes.
guilty on 3, maybe not guilty on 1.
But
So
also,
ultimately, guilty, jail.
you know how police charges work. Like they charge you with a bunch of shit. By the time you actually go to trial or whatever, like the charges have been walked down or whatever you're pleading to is different than whatever you were initially charged with.
Yeah.
If you get a
True.
good lawyer, you know what I'm saying.
But see, when they throw a lot of
So that
charges like
attempted murder will probably end up being manslaughter. Is what I'm saying.
or it might not stick because they can't prove murder or manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude, I don't think the dude died, right? From
No.
what I know, the dude didn't die yet.
No.
It
Or
just
not yet, but he didn't die.
if the dude attacked him, then I mean, almost everything he did is self defense.
No, can't say that.
If the dude attacked him, then yeah, absolutely you can.
I can't say that because there is. If I shoot you in your back, that's not self defense.
I mean, I
Period.
understand what you're saying, Corey, but if it was
Yeah,
if it was self defense and it was
he
that
wouldn't be
self
in jail.
evident, I don't think he would have got arrested and a bond that high. Now, I will say that
Well,
the
the reason he
bond is
got the
only
bond
so
that high
high
is
for his own protection. You know what I'm saying?
he.
Because they don't want him to A, get back out and get back to doing what he's doing, or B, for somebody to feel like, well, maybe I need to finish off the job since other dude didn't get it done right. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing that for his own protection.
Not well. I mean, maybe, but he has 2 other bonds that he's out on as well,
True.
and so I think that played into like that. That's what the judge said. Like you're a danger.
Yeah.
You're out on multiple bonds. Like yeah, I'm gonna set it at 1.25, and you're gonna sit in here and yeah,
Yeah. So that's the repetitious behavior of a criminal.
Sounds like
That's
a violent
why.
thug that needs to be off the
Exactly.
streets.
So I'm gonna set you high. Granted, your charges can get you high, but I'm gonna set it a little higher just based off of that. I need to keep you in here. Granted, I don't know if he was in a position where I don't know how judges. I don't legally. I don't know if they can just no bond you or if the crimes allow for no bonds.
It
Uh,
depends on
but I'm
the
pretty sure they got a
crime.
reason behind it. You can't just say I'm a no bond because I
I'm
don't like this
sure.
motherfucker.
I think the judge could have done it with him because he's got multiple bonds, so he's a flight risk. You got attempted murder is the charge. So whether you agree or disagree, that charge is I don't know. With the flight risk, yeah, no bond. You got to stay in jail till trial.
Okay. So would y'all do y'all think he's gonna get found? I say think he's gonna get found guilty 3 out of 4. I don't think the murder or if they uh dumbed it down to manslaughter. I don't think anything with murder is gonna stand. Attempted murder is gonna stand at all. I think it's gonna be the endangerment, the recklessness and the aggravated assault because you shot somebody.
Aggravated
Uh
assault with a deadly
the
weapon.
the the endangerment because there was other people that was around, you could have shot them. The recklessness, I get that too. The murder, because I don't think you went out with intentions to hurt or kill somebody. Although I definitely think in your content and the way you are as a person, I think you wanted to shoot somebody and you got the opportunity to do it. You took it.
That's
That's
what I was
why
about to say. I don't think you
you
can
walk
say
around with a
that
gun.
because like his pattern shows that he was looking, and he made a tweet saying the series finale is there's going to be a dead
Yeah,
slur on the ground and him walking out of court getting off. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like it might not be premeditated, but it sort of is premeditated because he's doing all the steps to do like we were talking about before. Everything that he's doing is technically legal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's just pushing all of those legalities to their extreme.
true. You
yeah,
think he's gonna get found guilty or what?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think that if he is found guilty, like they'll try to make an example out of him because he's already got a couple of copycats out there, and they
yeah.
don't want
That's what I was
to.
just about to
They,
say.
yeah, and so they don't want to have a new thing sweeping the nation.
Yeah, we definitely don't need that shit.
Right.
Yep. So the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon will be the lesser charge. So they would essentially he can't be manslaughter because manslaughter is killing somebody. Can't be involuntary manslaughter because that's killing somebody.
Yeah.
Can't be voluntary manslaughter because that's killing somebody.
No
Can't be
manslaughter.
murder because it's killing somebody.
Is there
So it's
attempted
either
manslaughter? Is that such a
is
thing?
who who
Attempted manslaughter?
Attempted man. I don't
let
know.
me
I
see.
don't
I
think
never I
so.
So
never
then it's
heard of
only
that.
attempted
Because
murder.
It's
no,
only
Then
attempted
that
murder.
attempted murder charge
manslaughter
don't
has to
stick.
be an accident, right? So you can't have
You can plea out to you
you
can
can't
plea out.
attempt an accident.
No, I can kill somebody and plea out to manslaughter
But
because they
manslaughter
can't
Yes.
is
prove that I murdered this person
right.
with the first degree or second degree.
But it was like an accident. Like you didn't mean to, but you
Right.
killed that person.
It might just be
That's
the charge that sticks and the story that goes.
right, but
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
the
no.
charge
You no, but
manslaughter
you're
is
missing
for.
Corey's point. Yeah.
Like
Manslaughter is
there's
different
like,
than
yeah,
murder in
maybe they
that you
Oh,
didn't.
didn't
okay,
set
okay,
out.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got you. So okay, I'm tracking. No, wait, no, yeah, no, because you wait. What is the point? Go because now I'm a little
Now I'm
confused.
lost. There's
You can't. Is you? It's not going to be. They're not going to get. You're not going to get. You can get manslaughter charges for murdering somebody outright because they can't prove that you murdered somebody outright. Whether it's the story now. Okay, now I
Right.
see what you're saying. I
yeah,
created a
Right.
story that made it seem like manslaughter or an accident,
yeah.
and
Right.
unfortunately,
Like
I can't prove anything
we know
outside of
this
that.
series of event led to a death. We just can't prove your intent behind that shit. You know what I'm
Tracking.
saying?
Okay. So yeah. So there is no In
There's
theory,
only assault charges.
assault, yeah, so it's
with
going to be
deadly weapon.
aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So in theory,
Yeah.
they're going to, in my mind, they'll drop the aggravated, the attempted murder.
I think so.
Because aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, that gets you in big dog prisons off the rip.
That's what I was about to say. All of them should still be felony charges,
They are.
probably federal felony because they're in commission with a gun and all types of shit on federal courthouse grounds and all that type of shit. Like it's a lot
See,
of shit that adds up.
That's a whole nother, yeah.
that's what I think he's going to end up getting in trouble for. I think everything else. Well, again, I haven't seen the video, so who knows what actually happened. But if it goes the way that we read it earlier, where he was attacked, like I think he's going to get off on most of those, except for any gun related charges to being on court. You know, he's going to get something. I guarantee he's going to get something out of it, but he may luck out and get some bullshit and then end up doing like time served with probation or some shit.
So you think he's going to get found not guilty?
I think most of those charges are going to either drop or they're just going to drop or change.
Okay. So we all agree that he's wrong. I'm not saying we all. Well, yeah, I think we all agree that he's wrong.
Yeah,
right?
fuck yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a terrible thing to do.
And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, because there's people going to be on both sides, right? We have a system that is designed for what we would call rehabilitation. Well, not we, but they would call rehabilitation.
Our prison system?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's exactly what it does.
Yeah, rehabilitation for
Really
your adverse effects on society.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. That's
With
right.
that being said, if he is found guilty or if he's not, what do you think he should do for his crime in jail? Well, how much time? And you better say a good answer too.
It just depends on what are we going off like if he gets charged with murder? Because
whatever you think he's gonna get charged with, what do you think he's like? Whatever.
I already said I think he's gonna end up with time served and probation for like 2 years or some shit like that.
But what is time served?
However long it takes to get to his trial.
So
I think
again, what is that? What do you think that is? Granted, that's not what your number would be, but so whatever that number is, what do you think he should do? What do you think he should do? Like if you was the judge and you had to sentence him to something, not even no time served shit. He's in court right now. He's found guilty of whatever you feel he should be found guilty of in lesser crimes. How much time?
It's so hard to say because I didn't even see it, so it's hard to say like, oh, he should be guilty of this. From that story, I think the only crimes he would end up being guilty of are the possession of a firearm where he's not supposed to have it, if it was all self-defense.
Okay, cool.
And in that case,
today he gets out of jail. Is that fine? Is that okay with you?
I don't know what the fine. I don't know what the jail time is for that.
But I'm saying
it could be 60 days. It could be 2 years.
But you said time served.
Because I'm assuming he's going to be in jail for like a year or something.
Okay, cool. So now we're getting to a number. So if he if he sat in jail for a year and then got charges dropped and time served, that would be good for you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but this kind of leans into that aggressive thing that we were talking about when you watch this conversation back. Just look to see if you think you're coming off aggressive.
You know what's crazy? That wasn't even on camera. So now that you bring that up, that's the insane part. I'm just trying to get a number. I'm trying to but I'm trying to get a number of what do you think is sufficient enough for what he did for him to do jail time, or if any. You said time served. I'm saying what number would be sufficient. So if he did the crime Tuesday and they start his trial Wednesday and he's out by Friday, would that be like, oh man, that's perfect.
That seems pretty crazy.
I know, but I'm saying, okay, let's just say a year. And he gets out after a year, charges drop, time served.
What charges? Because if he's found guilty on murder or attempted murder, then it changes.
Okay. Whatever charge he found guilty on, it doesn't matter. He's not murder.
It does matter, bro.
It changes my whole answer though. Because if it's just the lower charges, I'll say, I have no idea like what the penalty for that is. I would think
So
a year would be enough time for having a gun on court or in a courthouse or on federal property. But I honestly I don't fucking know. Like I don't have a
Okay,
clue.
cool, and that's fine. That's fine with me because I'm trying to box you into a
I know. I'm
section.
trying to unbox myself.
I know, and it's not. It's more along the lines of trying to get an understanding of the the parameters, so to speak. Like, where's your mind thinking where it's okay or not okay for this amount of time to be served for whatever? Because in my mind, he shot somebody, right? His actions, we can't really judge him on what his quote unquote internet persona, right? But we
Right.
can judge him on his actions. So his actions is he shot somebody. You're saying, I don't know if he got attacked, and that makes a difference. I get it. I'm trying to box you into a number off of that because I feel.
If it's but see, you're trying to add the fact that he shot someone, but if it's self defense, that's irrelevant.
And I get it now. I get
You know
what
what I
you're saying.
mean?
I get it.
Like,
I get it. I get it.
but if he's guilty of that and he wasn't attacked or he went too far and the guy was like walking away and he just shot him in the back, was like, you know what? Pa, pa. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, then fuck him, but it's just hard. It's really hard to say because I don't know what happened. And then I feel like the video's going to come out tomorrow. And then this podcast is going to come out in a week. And people are going to be like, this fucking guy thinks this. I can't believe it.
Lando. So I would want to guess on what you're gonna say, but you're so mysterious sometimes. I don't really want to guess, but I'm gonna take a wild guess. Corey, take a wild guess with me. Lando got the same question. Time served or what time is just due for this dude and his actions? I'm gonna run with. He's gonna lean a little bit more towards your way. I don't know what they're gonna find him guilty for. Not because you said it, but because Lando's 3 or 4 questions deeper than that.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know what the question is, but he's gonna ask he's got to ask questions to set up the foundation
Of his okay, cool.
So then he can actually build. But before that, he's got to be like, well, what's this and what's that? And what about this?
All right,
Okay, then I do this.
gotcha. Okay, Lando, what's your answer?
Okay.
First, I need to know.
So if he's found guilty, the question is if he's found guilty, how much time does he serve, right?
How much time is just due for him for his crimes? That's
How much
committed
time is just
for you.
due?
If you was
If
the
it's,
judge, what would you sentence him to? And now, granted, this is all based off of what is. Corey's saying, and this is why I know Lando's going to say, well, I got to know what he's found guilty on. Same thing you said.
yeah. You can't just
Okay, attempted murder.
regardless.
Attempted murder.
Just
Every charge, he's found guilty on all 4 charges. All charges.
okay. If he's guilty on the attempted murder charge, right?
65 years.
Guilty on the attempted murder charge. That's probably like what? 5 to 15. You know what I'm saying? All the other ones, I'm guessing there are like 2 to 5 year charges, right? So
So you got attempted murder.
Quantify it is the thing that's going to quantify it is the gun on federal ground shit. So that might double the time. So he's probably looking at like 10 years fed, probably end up doing like 8 years. And that's with the attempted murder. If you take the attempted murder off, then he's probably looking at maybe 2 years tops fed time with 5 to 10 years probation because of the gun.
Cool. And
I'll be surprised if he goes to actual federal prison.
yeah, I don't see fed time because they're not saying anything about him having a firearm.
Well, that's why I was asking earlier if there were federal charges or state charges.
Right now, I
They're
believe they're
state.
just state
Yeah,
charges.
from what I know, that's state.
Yeah.
Because if it was federal, they wouldn't have the video.
Well,
of him in
then
court.
that's even lower. It's even lower then. So that's probably a year
That's
or
nothing.
two.
That's probation.
Yeah. a year or two in state prison, if that,
Well, see,
2 to 3 years probation for the gun.
if he's
Because
found
he's
guilty
in
on all his
Tennessee,
charges,
right?
yeah, somewhere.
Tennessee.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in Tennessee.
okay.
He ain't in Texas. He ain't in
Yeah,
Texas,
but
where he could
you
have
know,
really slid off on that gun shit. If he was in New York, he'd be fucked with that gun. You know what I'm saying?
hell
So
yeah. That's why he don't go. That's why he don't go to places where he can't have a gun at. Because if it's all fisticuffs, somebody gonna knock that little stupid ass mustache off. But my whole thing about it was not even the whole thing, but based off of his charges, he's facing up to 60 years. Now this, there's max on this, max on that, max
Right.
on that. He's facing up to 60 years in state prison. If he got 60 years, would y'all be like that's too much, or that's like
With
guilty on all those charges?
going
Let me
off
read
of
them
what
again.
we
Let me
going
read
off
them
of what
again.
that article says.
Attempted murder,
That's
employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. There were 4 charges. He's found guilty on all 4 charges. Judge sentenced him to 60 years. Yes or no? Good or good? Good or bad?
it's excessive.
Excessive?
I think
Based on what I know.
Okay.
But if it turns out that he walked up to the dude and initiated it, then it's a whole different story, and I would agree with 60 years.
You gotta explain.
I do.
No, ain't no explanation. Explanation.
I explanated it.
Lando, what you think? 60 years too much? If he's found
um
guilty on all 4 charges.
no, because I think they have to make an example out of him, like I was saying before, and B, like he was showing no signs of stopping anyway. Like what could anybody have done or said to him to stop him from doing this besides some type of altercation happening?
He just needed a friend.
She got a chip.
Not.
I heard
You
he
said
had a
what?
friend.
Should have got a chipmunk.
A chipmunk?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to my head.
I like it.
Now, me personally, and then I'm gonna give y'all my honest to God opinion about this whole situation. 60 years? Damn.
Long time.
That's a bit much. Well, even if you're making an example out of this dude. Believe it or not, 10 years is a long time.
There's people that go to prison for manslaughter, like actually killed someone. They could spend less time than 60 years. So, like,
Yeah.
10 years is a long. Be honest with you, I ain't never been to prison. But if you go to the right prison, a year is vicious.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and
but
boys in there do.
I
Man, I
think it
watch.
all goes back to the setting examples, stopping copycats. Like we don't want this type of activity plaguing the streets. Like they people put up with all types of nuisance streamers, but this is one thing that like they don't like. People don't want going out. Like nobody's actually like only the lowest of the low people look at this type of content and get some type of thrill out of it. Everybody else like can see how fucked up it is, you know what I'm saying? And the only people who seem to be okay with it are the First Amendment freedom of speech absolutists that you were talking about, who just want to go around and be able to do and say deplorable things and not have you react in any type of way, you know what I'm saying? And they try to paint you in the negative light when you react to their negativity. So it's a twisted game that they play, and so these are the results of that twisted game. He's looking at 60 years because he wanted to troll people on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad for him.
Yes. So my 60 years, I think it's a bit much, and I mean to the degree of the crime. Setting an example, I understand, right? The even let me setting an example. Even when setting an example, 60 years that's a lot of fucking time, bro. That is a
long time.
lot of years for just in period, just in life. Motherfucker, 60 years old ass man or older. That's a lot of time, and I'm not saying that he's not just due for something. But me personally, I feel like 10 years, 15 years, if you get found guilty of all these crimes, 10, 15 years, you should be good enough. Period. We all can understand that our jails and prisons is not really made for rehabilitation in America. So there might not be no rehabilitation. So the only thing that kind of like bothers me is with the time served shit is he gets to come out and be like, I killed that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Type shit. And I
But
shot him and they didn't do shit about it. Like,
okay, I
Yeah.
feel you on that. But you got to look at like Rittenhouse and that other dude, the dude
whole
that
different
killed
ball game,
Trayvon
brother.
Martin. They like, yeah, they got out, they got away, they got off court wise, but they aren't living a great life. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, there's no notoriety like that lives on forever. They might have a hot couple of
They
months after
weren't
that,
they
but
weren't they weren't in internet personalities either though. Like there's a but like that small group of people that
I
you talk
understand
about.
that. But like that
Hold on,
small
hold on,
group
hold
of
on.
people aren't gonna they
Go
aren't
ahead, go
gonna
ahead, go
be
ahead. That
able
small
to
group of people.
they're not gonna they aren't gonna be able to support him throughout the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like you said and pointed out, yes, people support him right now. Once he gets out, you know what I'm saying? Because people did the same thing with Rittenhouse and Zimmerman. You know what I'm saying? They supported them, threw a bunch of money at him when the stories were real hot, and then once everything was over, they're not getting that same money. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting like they're still supported by the same people, but they're not getting money the same way or any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so hot on the other side. Like, and I think he's thinking, like you're suggesting, this is going to get my name hot in these internet streets, and I'm gonna live off of this infamy forever. But that 15 minutes, his 15 minutes of fame is over. Like everybody's just waiting to see what he's going to get sentenced for. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is done.
Yeah, and my thing about it is if he gets sentenced for, say for instance, time served. Granted, we all know that it's not gonna happen in a week.
Right.
It would take a week for him to get time served because that story itself would be crazy. So it propels him to another level, right? And then he can come out and keep doing his same
Oh,
one,
you
two.
know,
That's gonna
if he gets
propose.
out, he's going to.
That's what I'm saying. But it has to be in time. But
Hmm.
in my mind, if he gets out a year, everybody's still gonna remember who he is. And then he gets out on that same bullshit. He's not gonna quote unquote fall off because the group of people that you speak of, that is a massive amount of people. And that massive amount of people, even let's just say it's a small group of people, he was able to acquire 200 and something $1,000 from this small group of people. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's only other one person that I've ever heard of, and this is just me personally, that I know uh got a nice chunk of cheese from friends, right? $250,000 from friends. I'm not gonna pay you back, gang. I ain't got it. I'm hurting. I need it. His name is Alex Murdoch. He's a murderer. He murdered his family. But that guy had friends that was able to give him $250,000. And I say that to say he has friends, Chud, that was able to supply him with 200 and something $1,000 over a group of people. You think that group of people is going to change because he's in jail? Or you think it's going to get bigger when when all those charges get dropped and he comes back out talking that same shit? He going to be supported like a motherfucker. So the only way to get rid of him
Mm.
is like what you're saying is lock him up. Lock him
Lock him
up.
up.
Lock him up.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think he can get out and be on that same shit. Like,
Bro, you got a good heart, gang,
hold on.
and I love you for that.
No, no,
I
no,
love
no,
you
no.
for that, bro, but
I'm
the
not saying
world
that. No,
isn't
I'm
that
saying
nice.
no, no, no. I'm saying that if he gets out, like the way that you're suggesting, and he hits the streets again, popping that shit, like with a bigger profile, I think the target on his back will be even bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole reason that the lady that killed Selena has not gotten parole is not because they don't think like she deserves parole. It's because of her own safety. Like as soon as she hit the streets, people are coming after her. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be the
Yeah.
same thing for Buddy. As soon as he get
I
released, like
doubt
people
that,
gonna be
bro.
like,
So
"Hey,
you think
Buddy,
he
get
gonna have
out
a hard time in
August
jail?
17th. We are having a party at his release." You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be looking for him.
You think that he's gonna have a hard time in jail?
Yeah,
You ever heard of the first two letters of the alphabet? Don't even say it,
yeah,
but just think
yeah,
about it.
yeah. But
Those
he
guys
got
are real, gang. You think that
yeah.
they don't?
No, no,
You don't
I
think
get
that?
that. I get that. I get that too. But they gonna
And
have
they
to.
are violent.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
those
think that they'll
guys. Yeah.
protect him? He's standing on business.
Nah, nah, nah. Like
He's
he might
standing
be
on
bad for
business.
business for
According
them.
to
I'm saying
huh?
I'm saying he might be bad for business for them in there. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
they
mean,
might not fuck
and
with him just
yeah,
because
I can
just
extort him.
because of
That he got
how
200
he is.
some
You know what
thousand. I
I'm
can get that money up out of him. And you're right. He might be bad for business, but I can teach him protocols here and tell you what to do, how to do what we do. So there might be a different way of influencing or white pride, white power in your movement in a different type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, I don't think I think that I think that there's more people against what he does than there's for him. But that crowd of people that supports him, it's quiet money, bruh. It's quiet money. The people that don't support him, they probably don't even throw money at shit. But the people that do support him, that's the scary part. They're willing to put money in the pot. They're willing to put money in the pot to support
saying? Yeah,
what
but
he got going on.
okay, but like you said, those people, those same people that you're talking about, the ones that are afraid to say something out loud but will silently put money in his pocket, they're afraid to do anything in the street as well. And those people that you were saying that aren't putting any money in his pocket and are voicing their opinion about the shit that he does, they will do some street shit in the street. You know what I'm saying? And
And
so there are more people that will get in the street and denounce this nigga than there are that will silently put money in his pocket.
I agree, but it's a different game. So those people that silently put money in the pocket, them are the people that play the law game. Them are the people that play the freedom of speech game. Them are the people that play, oh, let's go to court. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You want me to tell you why? Because the judge golfs with my grandpa every weekend. That's why.
Right.
We play a different game. And there's a
Yeah.
different game for certain people that do that. And I'm not saying he's in that game. I'm just saying that you're people, there's people that promote you or support what you got going on that have influence or have knowledge how to do certain things. So it wouldn't be crazy for me to think that somebody may pay for his lawyer. It wouldn't be crazy for me to think that. It wouldn't be crazy for me to think that somebody may help his family get the money
So,
to
dude,
bail out.
Myron Gaines or I don't.
Fuck that dude, man. I hate
He's
that.
paying for his lawyer, or at
What?
least he said he was going to.
What?
Yeah, said he was going to pay for his defense.
Sorry about that, people. Phone died at the end of that. Corey said something that really irritated me because I watch that guy sometimes, and I only watch him on the Israel stuff. That's the only thing I watch him on. But I don't like. I don't. No, nobody ever offered me $1 million to like do some weird, not even weird shit, but like, hey man, say this or say you support this, and I'll give you this. So I don't know what it feels like, but I'm for sure I got morals, principles, and shit that I believe in, and no, for me personally, there's no amount of money that's gonna make me speak in a fashion that I don't agree with, i.e., in the public world or even behind closed doors. So I say all that to say, fuck that dude. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't like him because there's another guy named Cooley. I don't like him.
He took money from who?
Huh?
He took money from someone to say stuff?
No.
Okay.
I just don't like the support because you're not supporting. What are you supporting? Again, that's where it gets to. What are you supporting? What is your support behind? Oh, I'm gonna pay for his lawyer. For what?
Excuse me.
What are you paying for? For what? What is the reason? Again, Lando said the same thing. You said the same thing. Explain yourself. And maybe I can understand it. Or maybe I won't. Or maybe, like Lando said, it don't matter. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm going to feel a certain type of way. So, yeah, it doesn't even matter. But you can hear us, Lando?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, well, we're about to get out of here. I didn't know you was just sitting there. I didn't know if my monologue had chimed out and you was just phased out or if it was frozen or not. I didn't know, man. My bad.
It was a statue.
Yeah, you just... I'm glad all y'all just got quiet and silent at the same time when we all statued up right there.
I guess we're going to statue it.
Hey, well, appreciate y'all tuning in. Lando, you got anything? No? Yes? Maybe so?
Nope.
Shout out to Texas, man. If you ever been out to Texas, it's a beautiful place. Corey, got anything?
Nah. KBA works.
KBA works.
What is it? ELE?
ELE. Everybody love everybody. Hey, man, in this, be mindful of the perception of yourself that you put off to others. Because sometimes people perceive things that are not intended to be perceived. Let's just leave it right there. And shouts out to that dude that talked to me at almost got on your ass, cuz, but doesn't even matter. Hey, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate Lando. Appreciate Corey. Shouts out to Rocky. Shouts out to King Dano. Shouts out to my mama. Shouts out to his mama. Shouts out to Lando's mama. We love mamas, even though it's about to be Father's Day. Shouts out to the dads. We're out of here.
Another session with the bros talk, where the beer's ice cold. Bros talk. Another session with the bros.